You are walking through your daily life recently with a sensation that feels less like anxiety and more like a low-grade spiritual fever that you simply cannot shake. It is a distinct, physical heat rising up the back of your neck when you are standing in line at the bank or sitting at a dinner table. A feeling that the reality everyone else is accepting is somehow paper-thin and tearing at the seams. You look at the world around you, the polite conversations, the news cycle, the routine of your job, and it all looks like a stage set that is being dismantled while the actors are still trying to say their lines. This is not a mental breakdown, although your logical mind might be trying to convince you that you are losing your grip. What is actually happening is far more profound and biologically specific to those of you born between October 23rd and November 21st. You are experiencing a systemic override of your perception, a forced upgrade where your ability to tolerate illusions is being chemically burned out of your system. You might find yourself staring at a close friend or a partner and feeling a sudden, unexplained wave of nausea, not because they did anything wrong in that moment, but because your spirit is suddenly detecting the mathematical impossibility of their words matching their energy. It is an allergic reaction to inauthenticity, and it is becoming impossible to medicate or ignore. Before we start taking apart the machinery of these intense new symptoms, I need to introduce myself properly to the newcomers who have found their way to this corner of the internet. I am Madam Tina, and for over 25 years, I have been sitting across from people just like you, decoding the heavy, complex, and often misunderstood language of the stars to help you make sense of the fires you walk through. I am not here to read your horoscope and tell you that you will find a pot of gold or meet a tall, dark stranger. I am here to hand you a blueprint for your own power because I know that what you are feeling right now, the heat, the rejection, the isolation, is not a punishment. It is a preparation for a level of authority you have been running from for lifetimes. If you stay with me until the very end of this talk, we are going to reframe this terrifying dismantling of your life into the greatest strategic advantage you have ever possessed. The first specific gift we need to analyze is this biological alarm system that has recently gone haywire. In the past, you were likely able to suppress your intuition to keep the peace. You could sit in a room with a liar and smile, nod, and get through the dinner because that is what polite society demands. But right now, that safety valve has been welded shut. Your body is physically rejecting the act of pretending. This manifests as somatic symptoms that doctors can rarely explain. You might get a splitting headache the moment you walk into your office building, or your throat might close up and get scratchy when you agree to a family obligation you know is toxic. This is the gift of radical integrity forcing its way into your biology. Your soul has decided that the cost of lying, even the small, social white lies, is too expensive for your system to pay anymore. You are becoming a tuning fork that only vibrates to the truth. And when you are around dissonance, your physical vessel creates symptoms to force you to leave the room. It is inconvenient, yes, and it can make you feel like a hypochondriac, but it is actually a high-grade security system designed to keep you from investing your energy in dead-end situations. This physical intolerance leads directly to a phenomenon where your usual coping mechanisms simply stop working. You used to be able to numb out with a glass of wine, or binge watch a show, or doom scroll on your phone to turn off the intensity of your mind. But lately, the distractions feel empty, almost irritating. You try to relax, but there is a restless energy in your legs, a feeling that you should be doing something, even if you don't know what that something is. This is the universe stripping away your anesthesia. You are being forced to be present with the discomfort because the discomfort is where the data is. The rot you sense in certain relationships or institutions is real, and your spirit is demanding that you acknowledge it rather than numbing yourself to tolerate it. This integrity is becoming your new currency. In a world where everyone is faking it, your inability to be fake is about to become your most valuable asset, even if right now it just feels like you are becoming difficult and antisocial. You are not becoming difficult. You are becoming pure. And purity, in its rawest form, is always a threat to anything that relies on contamination to survive. The deepening of this process brings us to the second major shift. which is the sudden, deafening silence of your own intuition regarding specific people in your life. For a Scorpio, intuition is usually a loud, constant stream of information. You are used to getting hits about people, knowing they are sad, knowing they are lying, knowing they need help. You are the psychic sponge of the zodiac. But recently, you may have noticed that for certain individuals, people you have known for years, maybe even family members or long-term partners, the signal has just cut out. You look at them, and you get nothing. No anger, no love, no intuitive download, just static. It feels like the phone line has been cut. This can be incredibly disorienting because you interpret it as a loss of your power or a sign that you have become cold-hearted. It is neither. This silence is an eviction notice served by your higher self. It means the karmic contract is complete. There is no more energy to be exchanged, no more lessons to be learned from that dynamic. Your intuition has stopped reporting on them because they are no longer part of your future trajectory. It is the spiritual equivalent of a file not found error, and it is your permission slip to walk away without a big dramatic fight. You don't need closure. The silence is the closure. Alongside this silence comes a strange and aggressive audit of your memory banks. You might be driving to the grocery store, listening to the radio, minding your own business, when suddenly you are assaulted by a vivid, high-definition memory of a betrayal that happened 10 years ago. It's not just a thought. You can smell the air from that day. You can feel the knot in your stomach. You can hear the specific tone of voice used to hurt you. You might think, why am I torturing myself with this? I thought I forgave this person. But this isn't about holding a grudge. This is a final inventory check. Your psyche is pulling up these old files not to hurt you, but to certify that you have extracted every ounce of wisdom from them so you can permanently delete the emotional charge. It is like cleaning out a hard drive. You are reviewing the data one last time to say, yes, I see the pattern. Yes, I learned the lesson. No, I will never let this happen again. Once you acknowledge the wisdom, the memory often loses its bite and fades back into the archives. You are lightening your load for the ascent that is coming. You cannot carry the heavy baggage of victimhood into the altitude you are heading toward. This internal cleaning creates a vacuum that brings up the third gift, which often feels like a curse, the sensation of the glass wall. You are in social situations, perhaps a party, a meeting, or a gathering with friends, and you feel like you are observing the human race from behind a thick pane of glass. You can see their mouths moving, you can hear the laughter, you can understand the social cues, but you cannot connect. You feel alien. You might try to force yourself to engage, to make small talk, but it feels like you are performing a pantomime. This profound sense of disconnection is a protective quarantine. Your energy field is undergoing a massive restructuring, and it is too sensitive to interact with the chaotic, lower-density energies of casual social mixing. The universe has put you in a sterile environment, spiritually speaking. It feels lonely, and your ego might tell you that nobody likes you or that you are broken, but in reality, you are in the chrysalis. The caterpillar essentially dissolves into soup before it becomes a butterfly. You are in the soup phase. You are not meant to be social right now. You are meant to be solitary so you can reassemble yourself without outside interference. Hey, listen to me for a second. I know this sounds heavy, and I know living through it feels even heavier. It's hard when you feel like you're the only one seeing the cracks in the wall while everyone else is just painting over them. If you are sitting there nodding your head, feeling a little less crazy because someone is finally putting words to this strange static you've been feeling, then you are already part of this family. We are building a space here for the people who feel too much and know too much. You don't have to carry it all by yourself. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Not because I need the numbers, but because you need the reminder that you aren't alone in this. And while you are down there, tell me in the comments, what is the one thing your body has become allergic to recently? Is it small talk? Is it a specific person? Is it a bad habit? Let's get it out of the dark and into the light. Okay, let's keep moving, because the next part is where the real power starts to show up. Now we arrive at one of the most significant indicators of spiritual maturity for a Scorpio, a sign that proves you are evolving, beyond the stinging scorpion and into something far more formidable. It is the complete disappearance of the desire for revenge. For most of your life, if someone crossed you, your instinct was to sting back. You wanted them to feel the pain they caused you. You wanted balance, you wanted justice, and you had the patience to wait for the perfect moment to deliver it. But recently, something strange has happened. You look at the people who have wronged you, the ex who lied, the boss who stole your credit, the friend who gossiped, and instead of rage, you feel a profound, dusty boredom. You simply do not care enough to hurt them. You realize that plotting their downfall would require you to think about them, and your energy has become too expensive to waste on people who cannot afford you. This is not weakness. This is the ultimate power move. Indifference is a weapon far sharper than hate. Hate creates a bond. Indifference severs the cord completely. You have realized that leaving them to be themselves is the worst punishment you could possibly inflict. You are rising above the battlefield entirely. This elevation brings with it a specific type of professional crisis that I call competence fatigue. You are likely very good at what you do. Scorpios are obsessive by nature, so you master your craft. But lately, you might find that you can do your job with your eyes closed, and instead of making you feel secure, it makes you feel trapped. You are staring at spreadsheets, or sitting in meetings, or managing projects, and you feel like your soul is slowly dying of thirst. The challenges that used to excite you now feel like busy work for a child. This is a critical warning sign that you have outgrown your current container. You have mastered the level, and there are no more monsters to slay here. The universe is making you bored to force you to move. If you stayed interested, you would stay stagnant. This fatigue is pushing you toward a role where your insight, your strategy, and your ability to see in the dark are the product, rather than your ability to just grind out tasks. You are being pushed from worker to architect, and the transition period feels like absolute lethargy. At the same time, while you are feeling this internal boredom, the world is starting to react to you differently. You may have noticed that people are treating you with a strange new level of deference or respect, even if you haven't done anything to earn it in that moment. You walk into a room and people straighten up. They ask for your opinion on things that have nothing to do with you. They look at you a little longer than usual. This is because your aura is densifying. As you pull back your energy from the nonsense, as you stop leaking power into petty revenge or fake socializing, your presence becomes more concentrated. You are carrying the weight of authority. It is an unconscious signal you are broadcasting that says, "I know who I am." This can be intimidating to others, and you might find people projecting their authority issues onto you, thinking you are judging them when you are barely even thinking about them. Do not shrink to make them comfortable. This gravity is part of your new design. You are meant to be a heavy anchor in a chaotic world. This brings us to the concept of the social quarantine extending into your closest circles. You might find that the friends you have had for 10 years suddenly feel like strangers. You sit at lunch with them, and the conversation feels like it is happening underwater. They are talking about things that feel trivial to you: gossip, material purchases, fleeting dramas, and you physically cannot force yourself to care. You might feel guilty, thinking you are being a bad friend, but the truth is that you are vibrating at a different rate. It is like trying to tune a radio to a station that doesn't exist anymore. This quarantine is protecting your emerging vision. If you shared your new ideas, your new feelings, or your new depth with them right now, they would inadvertently crush it with their lack of understanding. They would try to pull you back down to the reality they understand, a reality you have already left. The universe isolates the leader before the campaign begins, so that the vision remains pure. You are in the wilderness phase, and while it is quiet, it is also safe. This transformation inevitably hits your wallet, and this is the part that scares people the most. But I want you to listen closely, because this is where the gold is hidden. You may be experiencing a blocking of your usual resources. The ways you used to make money easily, by working harder, by pulling all-nighters, by forcing things to happen through sheer will, are drying up. Clients fall through, hours get cut, or the hustle just doesn't yield the same results. This is terrifying, but it is a divine redirection. You are shifting from an economy of labor to an economy of strategy. The universe is trying to teach you that your value is no longer in how much sweat you can produce, but in how much truth you can see. There is wealth waiting for you in the shadows, in the places other people are afraid to look. Scorpios are natural alchemists. You turn trash into treasure, trauma into wisdom, and crisis into opportunity. Your financial future lies in solving the deep, ugly, complex problems that others avoid. Whether that is in consulting, psychology, deep research, crisis management, or simply being the person who knows where the bodies are buried, metaphorically speaking, in your industry, you are being positioned to be paid for your mind and your gut, not your hands. The blockages you feel now are just detours steering you toward a much higher yield. This leads to the development of what I call God-tier confidence, which sounds arrogant, but is actually the opposite. Arrogance needs an audience. This confidence needs nothing. For years, you might have looked for validation outside of yourself. Did the boss like the report? Did the partner like the outfit? Did the parent approve of the choice? Right now, that feedback loop is being cut. You might do incredible work and get zero applause. You might look amazing and get no compliments. This silence from the world is forcing you to internalize your validation. You are learning to look at your own work, your own life, and say, "This is good," without needing a single other soul to agree with you. This is the hardest test for a Scorpio because you are a bonding sign. You want the merge. But you cannot merge safely until you are whole. When you reach the point where you truly do not care if they clap, you become unstoppable. You become dangerous to the system because you can no longer be manipulated by praise or punishment. You are your own judge and jury. Finally, all of these signs, the physical rejection of lies, the silence of intuition, the boredom with revenge, the isolation, are culminating in the journey of the sovereign eagle. In ancient astrology, Scorpio has 3 forms: the scorpion that crawls in the dirt and stings, the eagle that soars above the chaos, and the phoenix that rises from the ashes. You are currently in the transition between the scorpion and the eagle. The scorpion takes everything personally. The eagle sees everything as a landscape. You are being asked to take the high view. This is the golden handcuffs test. You will likely be offered something very tempting soon: a job, a relationship, a return to the past that looks safe. It will offer you security, money, or comfort, but the price will be your new wings. It will require you to go back to crawling, back to pretending, back to the smallness. Your soul is screaming at you to refuse the safety of the ground. The air up here is thin, and it is cold, and it is lonely, but it is the only place you can breathe. The heaviness you feel is just the gravity trying to pull you back down before you reach escape velocity. Trust the nausea. Trust the silence. Trust the boredom. They are your navigation instruments. You are not lost. You are just flying in a cloud layer where you can't see the ground anymore. That is exactly where you are supposed to be. You are being stripped of everything that isn't you, so that when you land as the monarch of your own life. The waiting room is officially closed. The operation is underway, and you are not the patient on the table. You are the surgeon holding the knife. Thank you so deeply for walking through this fire with me today. It is an honor to speak to the part of you that usually hides in the dark. I want to hear your voice in this space. Leave a comment below and tell me, what is one safe thing you are ready to let go of to make room for the new? Is it a job that bores you? A friendship that drains you? Share your victory or your struggle. Your story is the medicine someone else needs to read today. And if you are ready to understand the next phase of this ascension and how to handle the power that is coming your way, there is another video on your screen right now that I picked out specifically for you. Click it, and let's keep this transformation going. Blessings to you, always.